welcome back to the McCall's Baking Channel. Did you know that Halloween started over 2,000 years ago as a way to ward off ghosts? Whether you still recognize Halloween as a spooky, mystical holiday, or if you just love it for the candy, it's definitely a fun holiday to celebrate. Today we will be making some fun, spooky, and tasty Halloween cookies. Follow along to learn how to make these decorative and delicious treats for this year's Halloween dessert table. Let's get started! You will need orange gel McCall's food coloring, a small diamond-shaped plunger cutter, a skull cookie cutter set of rolling pin guides, a wooden dowel rolling pin, a gingerbread man cookie cutter, a conversation bubble cookie cutter, a pumpkin cookie cutter, and a witch hat cookie cutter. Place your rolling pin guides on a flat work surface and then sprinkle some flour on the table. Knead your sugar cookie dough slightly, then roll it flat. Once the rolling pin touches the guides, the dough will be perfect thickness for your cookies. Dip your cookie cutters in some flour and then cut out your cookies. Dipping them in flour will prevent the cookie dough from sticking to the metal cutter. Remove the excess cookie dough from around the cutout shapes and then use a small offset spatula to move the cookies to a parchment-lined sheet tray. Cut out the eyes, nose, and mouth from the skull cookies. Knead some orange gel food coloring into your sugar cookie dough. Add more if you need it to get a really bright orange color. Use the rolling pin guides to roll out the orange cookie dough. Dip the pumpkin cookie cutter in a little flour and then cut out the pumpkin cookies. Use the diamond plunger cookie cutters to cut out a jack-o'-lantern face on one of the cookies. Place the pumpkin cookies on the tray with your other cookie dough shapes. They're looking festive already. Bake the cookies until they are golden brown. First, we will decorate the skeleton cookie using the gingerbread man shaped cookie and some McCall's Royal Icing skeleton faces. Pipe a skeleton on the cookie using some white royal icing. Pipe 2 droplet shapes at the end of each line to make the bones. The spookiness of the cookie comes out in the little details. Add a little royal icing on the back of the skull and place it on top. A perfect skeleton cookie is done! For the next cookie, you will need a set of craft paintbrushes, black McCall's gel food coloring, 3 sizes of royal icing roses, your skull-shaped cookie, and a leaf piping tip, and a cone of royal icing. Use the gel food coloring to paint the skull black. Cover the center of the skull until it is nice and dark. Pipe the eyes, nose, and outline of the skeleton using the royal icing, and then fill the entire skull with the royal icing, keeping only the eyes and nose empty. Use a small toothpick to push the royal icing to the edges of the eyes and nose. This will help them keep their perfect shape. Grab 3 royal icing roses. Green royal icing in a paper cone fitted with a leaf piping tip and your white royal icing bag. Stick the roses on the cookie using the white royal icing. Pipe a few green leaves around the roses and then set the cookie aside to dry. That is one beautiful looking skeleton. Get out your conversation bubble cookie and some white royal icing and a black edible marker. Pipe around the edges of the cookie, outlining it completely. Fill the cookie with soft, white royal icing. This step is also called flooding the cookie, since you flood it with royal icing. Once the cookies have dried, use the black marker to write your Halloween message. We made our writing spooky by shaking the marker while we wrote. Feel free to write anything you want to personalize your cookies. Get out some black McCall's gel food coloring, yellow gel food coloring, large silver Dragees, and your witch hat cookie. Use the gel food coloring to make 2 piping bags of royal icing, one with black and one with yellow royal icing. Outline the witch hat in the black royal icing, making the bottom edge squiggly. Fill the outline in with the black icing. Trace the bottom of the witch hat with the black icing as well. Don't worry about making the line straight. Witches' hats tend to be worn and ragged. Dip the hat in the black colored sugar to give it some texture. Pipe a bright yellow band around the center of the hat. Use a pair of tweezers to add the silver Dragees to the hat. Maybe this hat belongs to a fancy witch. For the final cookie, you will need some McCall's hazelnut chocolate spread and a plastic piping bag. Fill the piping bag with the hazelnut spread and then pipe it onto the solid pumpkin-shaped cookie in the shape of a face. Sandwich the jack-o'-lantern cookie on top to make a delicious cookie sandwich. Your perfect Halloween cookies are complete. Won't these look great on your candy bar buffet this Halloween? You can find everything you need to make these mouth-watering cookies at mccalls.ca. If you make any of the spooky treats that you see here, be sure to take a picture, then tag us at Love McCall's. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to see more easy-to-follow videos that will help you make professional-looking desserts in a fun and simple way. We'll see you next time!